And then there is ʻIke Honua, right? Again, which is sort of, again, kind of like that place-based knowledge, really understanding place. And Niuhelewai, right? That's not just a stream that we know in stories, right? That's the stream that was diverted into Kapala Makana, right? Knowing these stories. On top of that is also being an active participant in these stories. So not only learning them, but sharing them, incorporating them into your classroom, right? Or sharing them with your students.
And the main objective with culture and place-based is to have a sense of place. Kapalama and Kalihi, where we're located, more specifically called Niuhelewai, has transformed from what it was. Part of the program is definitely to have all participants, as well as our students, to identify with this community. Part of this was to understand the historical context of Niuhelewai. In fact, this place used to be a breadbasket. It was wetlands, and that's why we have Kapalama Canal today. It was to dredge and drain the waters from these wetlands. But we do know from historical records and Land Commission awards that there are many lo'i or wetland taro patches in our campus, 45 that has been counted according to the records.
We're at Honolulu Community College, but understanding where exactly that is. In Niuhelewai, you know, in Kapalama, in Kona, on Oahu, in the Pai'aina Hawaii, right? Understanding those places and the stories that came with it.
The coconut tree, but Olau Niu, very good, you pointed out, so Olau Niu is the breeze that we feel here. It's the name of the wind that is associated with Kapalama.
It's one thing to hear about these stories, right? But to actually see, touch, taste, smell, feel, right? That's a whole other ʻIke competency, a whole another sensibility, that another layer of the story, almost kauna, if you will, that you get when you're actually there. One place that we take participants is to the top of Nu'uan, right, to the Pali Locale, to be there, to feel the wind, to know what that wind is called, hear about the story with Niuhelewai, the battle that happened there. You look at it again and you imagine these things happening. You imagine what it may have looked like. And again, it's really like seeing place all over again.
That particular area was made very famous because if you make your way towards the top, the mo'olelo tells us that you and who you think would be your lover or your soulmate for the rest of your life would actually take this journey of climbing all the way to the top of Lanihuli.
Look at Lanihuli and hear Kalani sing the song and see Auntie Trina dance. Right? It's a whole different, it's a different feeling. Right? But again, to hear these stories and go and see where these stories took place, it's like seeing a new place all over again. You will be with me forever. And so as we turn and gaze towards Lanihuli, may the portals of Kahuwainana open for us so that we can be together forever. With no further ado.
We take them on a bus ride. And Tiani, who is our Hawaiian Studies Mo'olelo teacher, tells us the stories of this area.
If we look at the source of these waters, you know, we came from all the way up Mopa. There's that clean water up there, and then as it makes its way down, it turns into this as it all gets channeled, because we don't let it flow in the natural way that it does. And so finally they consult a kahuna who says, hey, that was Haumea, that was Papa, that was that important goddess. This is how you cut down the tree. And so you had to oil your body with coconut oil. You had to do ceremonial protocol.
So we take a ride up to Nu'uanu and we learn about the Battle of Nu'uanu, and we come back down and we hear about the stories of Haumea and how she made Kapalama her home near Lo'ikalo Park. And we go down to Mauliola, or Sand Island, and we learn about the place there and how it's a place of healing and wholeness. Everybody went on, whoever could make it, was to Mokauea, which is the island in Mauliola, but you know, a little off. It's probably a 5-minute canoe paddle canoe ride across the channel, and we go and visit Kehaukupi'ehea there, and we learn about folks that are still living on the island, and we even get to experience the waters around it, the sea creatures around it, and learn about how they're actually using the place for an educational space, an outdoor classroom